Lastly, we come to method 4, which is called quadratic formula. So the formula will be used in one particular case. Okay, I just still write when do we use it? Okay, in case when you need an answer in short form, then we will apply quadratic formula. So we'll elaborate the idea afterward carefully. Okay, so we still go back to the general form called a squared bx plus c equals 0 first. Now this is the format we need. And then in some occasions, when you apply calculator to find the roots, you find that sometimes they are they're irrational, they are in decimal number, which is very long. So in this case, if you need a short form answer, you can use calculator only, but you need to use this quadratic formula. The formula itself is quite terrible, I agree, I admit it. And then, so let's find a way to remember it. But now let's take a very short moment to see how we can prove the formula by ourselves. Are you going to accept the challenge? Okay, let's try. And okay, so where should I put? Okay, maybe I use the space here. So let's start from, remember that the original question would be a squared bx plus c equals 0. And you still do remember if it is in terms of like x plus, what shall we say? For example, x plus L square is k, then x plus L will be plus or minus square root k. By using this idea, I also aim to rewrite this question or this equation in this format. I want a bracket square and a constant on one side. So let's start. I don't want to have an a sticking to it, so that's why I've divide a to all terms this way. Okay, after that, this is my target now. These are something with xe, this is something without x. So that's why I start removing the term as follow. Alright, I have x squared plus b over ax. Okay, c over a, I remove it shortly. Next, in order to make a bracket square, I need one additional term here. And according to the identity called x plus, for example, x plus k or x plus l, x plus l bracket square is x squared plus 2lx plus l squared. So in order to fit with this b over a in the middle term, so that's why it should be b over 2a bracket square here. So it's a little bit hard, but then you check it afterward. 2l is b over a, so you check for l. So that's why l squared is over there. And you can't add the term suddenly on the left hand side, so that's why I subtract it on the other side as well. And now the first three terms can make a bracket square afterward, which is xc, which is x plus b over 2a bracket square x. At the same time, this term I move to the right hand side, giving you minus c over a plus b over 2a bracket square. And now we move on. Bracket square is there, okay, now. And then to the right, b squared over 4a squared minus c over a, which means it's b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. So it looks like the formula already, right? Okay, now taking square roots on both sides, you have x plus b over 2a equal to plus or minus of square root b squared minus 4ac over 4a. If we continue to simplify the right-hand side, it goes to plus or minus square roots of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You take square roots up and down. And finally, you remove this term to the right-hand side, giving you minus b over 2a plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And putting the fractions together, it gives you the outcome finally. It's terrible, right? Luckily, we rarely ask you to prove this formula in examination. But this one will be a very challenging work for you to see. First of all, do you understand the idea about taking square roots on both sides, giving you plus or minus? Number two, and then so it's also testing you whether you can do completing square properly, how you can make a bracket square by yourselves. Okay, finally, if you can't manage it quite well, it doesn't matter, because at last you are just asking to use the formula directly in your examination or in your work. Now we come to how we can apply the quadratic formula. So let's take example 11 first. So if you need, you can write A is 1, B is minus 3, and C is minus 6 on top of the question to help yourself to identify A, B, C. And then next, do remember to write your subject because you're talking about x. Then you have minus b, which is 3, plus or minus square root of b squared, minus 3 squared. 4ac is 4 times 1. I would like to skip the 1. Minus 6 divided by 2a, that means it's 2. And finally, it's 3 plus or minus. By your calculator, you've got like 9 plus 24, sorry, 23. And that's all for the answer. Similarly, in example 12, the same thing. A is 2, B is minus 2, C is negative 5. So that's why x is minus b first. So it gives you 2, plus or minus b squared is minus 2 squared, minus 4, A is 2, B is negative 5, divided by 2 times 2. Now you can take out your calculator to check what's the value of the terms in the square root. Let's try together. It's 4 minus 4 times 2 times minus 5, so it gives you 44. 44 square root over 4. But for this answer, you have to be careful because 4 can be written as 4 times square root 11. So that's why you can simplify it as 2 plus or minus 2 square root 11 over 4. And the two 2's can be cancelled out with the 4 at the bottom. Gives you 1 plus or minus square root 11 over 2 finally. It's not difficult for you to use the formula, right? But the only headache is how you can remember the formula properly, clearly. So this is a work you have to do it by yourselves. Coming up next, the last example, example 13, will be telling you about the truth when you are asked to use quadratic formula or when you use the calculator. Okay, now let's take a look at the question. Yes, you find they're the same actually, except the question in part B saying that express your answer in short form. So these two questions pose you the importance of the requirement of the question. Because in part A, if I just ask you to solve it, then take out your calculator now. Formula 1, can you get the answer directly? Okay, I'm checking it as well. So they are 1.62 or minus 0.618 respectively. That's all. Because the question doesn't ask me to write in short form, so it's all right to write your answer in 368. Welcome. But the difference in part B would be if I purposely asking you to use quadratic formula, normally question would be saying that you have to express your answer in short form, and definitely is not in a short form, right? And then in this case, then you need to use quadratic formula, which is minus b, which is 1, plus or minus b squared, minus 4, a is 1, I skip it, b is minus 1 over 2. And finally, it's 1 plus or minus square root of 5 divided by 2. And that is. So this is the main difference between part A and part B. So we need not to use quadratic formula a lot, except the question is requiring you to do so. So please note it very carefully, or next time when you see a question in part A, you use a quadratic formula, I will laugh at you because you are using a too silly way.